Peace. How y'all doing out there? Uh, Back with another video. It's been a couple of weeks, but a lot of great things have been happening in my cipher. So, um, but I do want to get to this thing that I wanted to share. It's kind of been on my mind to put out um, about law of attraction, the power of manifestation, how we are able to bring certain things into our lives. Um, and I think it's not so much about what we bring into our lives that a lot of times people struggle with, but it's in the time that we bring into our lives. I think a lot of times we want what we want um, instantaneously. So I'm gonna share my my theories on how we're able to manifest, or I used to like to use the term actualize um, things into our existence um, in a certain time period or instantaneous. But first, I want to share a story, my own personal story about how that happened and when it happened. So one day, I'm downtown Brooklyn, and it was a nice day. The weather was perfect. You know, and I just happened to be walking up the street, and I saw all of these bikes that were like lined up, parked up against, you know, just as I was just walking down the block. I was like, wow, like this is these are some nice bikes. I would like to have a bike like this. And I told myself, I was just like, I would like to have one of these bikes, right? But not really thinking anything of it. And as I was walking up the street, I promise you, I just kind of went into a vision of having a bike, or one of the bikes that I saw. I just saw myself just like they were chained up, and I just was envisioning myself popping um, the chain or the lock off and just riding the bike home. You know what I mean? Just imagining this in my head. And it was so I remember as I was walking and I'm imagining this, it was so vivid, so clear, like almost like it was really happening in present time. And it was so deep. It was almost like a daydream, and it was so deep. And when I came out of it, I started laughing to myself, and I was just like, "That's crazy." I'm thinking like that. I'm not gonna steal any bike, but you know me. But at the same time, it was just a funny, just a thought. You know what I mean? You just think about certain things, and that's what I did. And so, like I said, where I was is it's a it's pretty a pretty distance from my house. It's not walking distance, but you can walk. But because there was such a nice night, I decided, yo, I'm gonna walk. I can walk through Prospect Park, get to my house. It's all good. So I decided to walk, and so mind you, I want to say that I had this. I had imagined this, and then let's say 10 minutes later, right? I happened to be walking up the street and walking down this dark street, trying like just heading up the path on my way home. And I happened to see this bike. Crazy. I happened to see this bike just laid up against this big pottery. Like somebody had left it there. You know what I mean? It wasn't chained up. It wasn't anything. It was like almost somebody had thrown it up, because the chain on the bike, on the wheel, the chain was off. It was hanging off the bike, and the bike looked pretty new. I was just like, wow, right? Somebody just left this bike out, like just almost like they was throwing it away, like trash. And so I looked at the bike, I inspected it, I was checking it out, and all I saw was the chain off. Mind you, this is 10 minutes, literally, maybe even less than that, but I want to say rounded off 10 minutes after I had that thought. I looked at the chain, I said, you know what? I looked around and I walked off with the bike, right? So when I got further up the block where there was light, I inspected the bike some more so I could see what was going on. So the only thing, like I said, was wrong. The tires were perfect. Everything was good. The bike looked pretty new. So I put the chain back on the bike and I started, kind of moving to see, what it was. But it was just the chain. That was it. The chain was all. Um, and I just got on the bike and I started pedaling. And the bike was fine. The gears were perfect. The bike was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it except for the chain was off. Do you know I rode that bike home and I got a bike. Now I know many of you will probably be like, "Yo, what did you stole that bike, whatever." But I promise you, it was like somebody had left it there, just out. You know what I mean? I don't know what was the story before, or whatever the case may be. I rode the bike home. Boom. So when I got home, I was looking at the bike and I was expecting it. Everything was cool. And then I was like, yo, let me Google the type of bike that it was. When I looked up the bike, it was a $1,500 bike that somebody had left out just for whatever. And like I said, it was pretty new. It was in good condition. Like it was like you could say it's a new bike. Somebody, whatever. I don't know what happened. And so, and what bugged me out was so freaky was that literally 10 minutes before I thought about, this vision of me stealing or just palming like or just having a bike, it happened 10 minutes later, right? So I say all that to say, now I'm not saying that you should envision yourself stealing or doing anything crazy, but I think one of the things, not think, but one of the things about the idea of manifestation is that when we're thinking about anything, when we're thinking about what we want, we have to let go of any types of, we have to be unlimited in our thinking about how we receive it. So, even if it's money, and I'm not saying that you have to imagine yourself robbing a bank or you have to imagine yourself doing anything crazy. But what I'm saying is that almost have this kind of childlike approach to how you imagine what you want to receive. Literally. You know what I'm saying? Like just children, like kids, when they imagine whatever they have, they're always in the moment of what it is that they want to receive or in their imagination. Like then with children, like maybe even 3 or 4, there's no difference between their imagination and quote unquote this present reality. They don't really differentiate between the two realms. You know what I'm saying? Their imagination is just as real as this present moment, space, right? And I think you have to be there. You know what I'm saying? I know you have to be there, in that kind of mindset to be able to quote unquote actualize or manifest what it is that you want, right? So then, um, also we have to look at the idea of, I feel like there's manifestation and then there's actualization. Now, when we're manifesting, what they talk about, yes, you can manifest anything instantaneously because manifestation is an abstract philosophy. When you're manifesting anything, you always manifest it from within. So you manifest thoughts and feelings. You manifest your feelings, you manifest your thoughts. You can do that instantaneously. So now, when you manifest your thoughts, manifest those feelings, what you want to do is you want to be able to actualize that into this and bring it to this reality. So usually what happens when you manifest a feeling of whatever it is that you want, you put yourself in that space. Then what happens is that you you then manifest a thought. So that thought might, all right, let me do this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that thought then, from that thought, you create action. You do action. So you might feel like, oh, I have to work, or I have to do this, or I have to whatever. Or sometimes you just might have to be still. Or sometimes you might, something might, like in instance, in my situation, the action of walking down a certain street where I was able to find the bike that I end up having after 10 minutes before I was just thinking about it. And I'm just using that. There have been so many different other instances of me being able to manifest, but or actualize. But um, when it comes to that, just understand that you're always manifesting your things you want or things you don't want. I think what happens when people are when they manifest the things that they don't want, or when they manifest the things that they want don't manifest or come to fruition, or they're not able to actualize, it's because of two things: guilt and shame. The guilt of not feeling like you deserve what it is that you want. A lot of times people, they think about what they want, and then right after they think about what they want, they tell themselves a whole different reality, or they negate that um, idea of what it is that they want to, actually want. So they'll be like, "Oh, I want this car," but then they said, but I can't deserve. I don't have the money for it. I can't do this. Why? I mean, well, I don't want the car. You start doing that, and then it's just like, well, you start putting all of this stuff, and so what happens is that you manifest a feeling, you manifest a thought. So then what you do is you start to actualize things into your life where it shows that you don't deserve that car. What I'm saying? Because of whatever negative feelings, like I said, guilt, shame, you know, the same thing. It's like you might want money, but then you're telling yourself that, you know, in the same instance of you wanting something, imagining it, then you start to imagine why you shouldn't have it. Or so why is it so hard for you to get? But in actuality, and I was, I mean, I've gone through this, you want something and whatever, and then you tell yourself, you talk yourself out of it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to let go of all negative thoughts and feelings. You have to, or I wouldn't even use the term negative, but you just have to let go of thoughts and feelings that counteract um in what it is that you want in life, right? So now, like I said, when you manifest it, you know, you're always manifesting your reality. In your reality, all your thoughts and feelings, like they always say, like outside, like this realm that we live in is the illusion, right? So if this is the illusion, reality are your thoughts and feelings. So you're always manifesting your reality, your thoughts and your feelings within. So you're manifesting the world, the world within, because that's the only world that's real. And then we want to actualize it into the so-called illusion, this realm. So understand that. You're actualizing everything into this reality, into this realm. All the things that you're manifesting within, you want to actualize into this realm. And so you're looking at it like you're also, you have to take action. There has to be some type of action taken. And once you start putting in action and doing things and whatever, um, that's, usually that's how it works, right? But then I think another big thing that we have to take into account is the universe is always working in our favor, always. So even though we might be putting out, you know, high vibrations towards what it is that we want, and we might put out a certain energy and we have certain thoughts, but you still won't get what it is that you want. And sometimes, and what happens is that, like I said, the universe is always working for us, not against us. So, for example, you want to manifest like $100,000, or let's say $1 million, or $5 million, whatever it is that you want, right? Just hypothetically speaking. So what happens is that you're putting out the high vibes for the money, you're thinking positive, whatever, but the universe might not manifest these riches in the form of money. It might come in the form of people. It might come in the form of, I don't know, a certain type of job. It might come in the form of something. But just giving you the money might not be the best thing, because you having that money, or the universe might be saving your life. And you not having the money, the actual $5 million, because having that money might be detrimental to you. It's not a coincidence. You ever hear people hit the lotto, and within a certain amount of months, years, they're dead, broke, something crazy happens. I'm not saying that'll happen to you, but sometimes having the thing that you think that you want might not be the best thing for you. You know what I'm saying? And you have to look at things from, you know, like your higher self. You know what I'm saying? A higher perspective, a higher, you know, level of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Having that money might be, you know, wrong. It might fuck you up. So, you know what I mean? Like when you just have high vibrations, I'll just say, just stay into good vibes, to stay high, have high vibrations. You know what I'm saying? And, the universe will usually just take care of the rest, the energy that you on. Take care of the rest. You know what I'm saying? If you feel good, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you attract into your life, or that you actualize in your life, it's always going to be on the same vibe. You know what I mean? Um, so just focus on your energy, just focus on your vibrations, focus on, you know, how you feel, focus on, and then your feelings, and just what are you thinking? Focus on that. As far as, actualizing certain things, you wanna actualize things in your life that reflect or project, however you want to use it, how you feel, how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So, your example, you're not going to, you feel good, you feel amazing, but you're not going to want to be in a relationship that counteracts that. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work like that. You know what I mean? Because if it does, that means you have to check your own vibration, your own feelings, your own state of mind, your own being. You know what I'm saying? So, um, ultimately, going back to, like I said, you're always manifesting. You're always manifesting. And it's just all about, you know, putting what you putting what you putting your manifestation, meaning your thoughts and feelings, in alignment with your actions. You know what I'm saying? What you're actualizing. You know what I'm saying? So, um, That's really the so-called the secret. um, Action. It has to be some type of action taken because you live in this reality. Like I said, in your imagination, you can think something, anything. You can pop anything into existence, and it's there. I can visualize myself with more loves of money. I think you all can do that. It's instant. It's manifestation right there. Now to get it, you have to put in action. You know what I'm saying? Got to put in the work. A lot of people just don't want to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are lazy manifestors. You know what I'm saying? We think that just because we think some shit or we feel some shit that was supposed to pop up. And I mean, shit, work life was that simple. I'm sure we wouldn't even be here. But and we come back to this realm to learn. You know what I'm saying? We have some shit that we gotta work through. So and that's why we're here. But ultimately, yeah. So this is my video on that. Like I said, you know, at the end of all my videos, please comment, like, dislike, share your thoughts because I'm learning, too. You know what I'm saying? And I just appreciate and I'm receiving information that you know that can add to whatever it is that I feel like is coming to me and it's things that's be on my mind. So um yeah. So I'll see you next time, man. Peace.